Hard to navigate these problems. I'm by myself, you're not around. I tried to open up, it wasn't good enough. Put in my all and got nothing back. Now I'm stuck in the rain, dealing with all this pain. Why you gotta do me like that? Don't say you love me, then go and leave me. It can't get ugly, trust and believe me. Say it to myself, looks so deceiving. Trying to fight back this far from easy. I've seen your hands. Delilah, don't you know I've seen your hands. Delilah, don't you know my heart turned cold, lost control. Looking at this beautiful distraction. Fell in love with a fatal attraction. I really let my guard down, now relaxing. Why did I open up? She taking way too much. Put in my all and got nothing back. I'm feeling so ashamed, I fell into your game. Why you gotta do me like that? Don't say you love me, then go and leave me. It can't get ugly, trust and believe me. Say it to myself, looks so deceiving. Trying to fight back this far from easy. I've seen your hands. Delilah, don't you know I've seen your hands. Delilah, don't you know I gave you all of me, had me so deceived. You chose to lead my life, so
Good morning, good morning, good morning, people. Y'all know who it is. Y'all know the voice. Y'all know the sound. James Bubba Williams is in La Casa. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Make sure that you stay tuned. Like it or not, it's starting up next, y'all. You don't want to miss it. Good morning, everybody. Shout out everybody in the building. Lily, good morning, Lily. Good to see you as always. Boondocks Dragon, love you, Boondocks. Good to see you. Vernon Scott, Mary C. Roller Dragon, Promises Manifested. Good morning. P. Tweety, what's going on? P. Good morning, Laser Soul. What's going on, Laser? Good to see you. Promises Manifested. G-Man, Pixie on the house. Good morning, Pixie. Shay, what's going on, Shay? Everybody else, Kevin Eller, Tyler Hackler, good morning, y'all. Bluebird over my shoulder. Amber Layla, good morning. Tiger, what's going on? Jessica Lee, good morning to you. Good morning, everybody. Shout out to wherever you are streaming from, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, wherever you are. Good morning to you. Like it or not, it's about to go down. Y'all make sure y'all stay tuned. I'm getting everything set up over here, and we'll be ready to go. Good morning, everybody.
Can't nobody do it like I can. Daily, baddest in the lattice in the land. Body turn your nigga to a fanny up. I made it where I'm at on my own. Had a couple blocks in the road, but I get to the bag on the low. I be counting stacks while they grow. Yeah, you know me, baby. Won't you keep me company? Give me something to do when I get lonely. I got something for you when we get home. If you let me put it down, when I come in town, you should slide on me. Keep your minds on me. On try, baby, I think you should side with me. Stay solid one time if you lie with me. Just promise you never lie to me. Keep the moves on tuck. I know it's all love. Everything good. Keep the vibes on crush. I know it's all good. Good. Know it's all love. Know it's all love.
Magnum Mafia, good morning. Laura Estrada, good morning. Love you, Laura. Mommy, good morning. Mother, love you. You know, my wife asked me if I could clear the kitchen table. I had to get a running start, but I made it. Y'all make sure y'all stay tuned. You know what time it is. Like it or not, it is about to go down.
Hey, man, y'all. It's the summertime, right? Let's get it like it or not. Like it or not, it's going. Like it or not, it's going. Yeah. Like it or not, it's going. It's going. It's going. It's going. It's going. Like it or not, it's going. Like it or not, it's going. Like it or not, it's going. It's going. It's going. It's going. It's going down.
Rebecca Zora's in the house. You know she got a funny story to tell. Talking politics, culture, a real life ish. I live in life in the ATL. Benjamin, yeah, that's my man. She's always coming up with the master plan. Politics, dreaming, trying to find the meaning of life. While the feds keeps us in stride.
I am your DJ. DJ exclusive. Y'all know who I am. I stay dropping them jams.
Good hope, dad jokes, culture, it's politics. What's here right now is the culmination of all of this. I started out with the mic in my hand, and I ended up with the plethora of fans. I love bringing joy to the people. It makes me feel great, makes me feel regal. I do what I do for you. Tuesday to Thursday, you know how we do. Let's go. Like it or not, it's going down. Like it or not, it's going down. Like it or not, it's going, it's going, it's going, it's going, it's going down.
Like it or not, it's going. Like it or not, it's going. Like it or not, it's going. It's going. Hey man, let's start this damn show.
Like It or Not with Benjamin Dixon starts now.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. God damn it, we coordinating like a mug. Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Sure, let me get this right. There we go. And good morning. Yes, we are. What's up, y'all? Not you putting on. Baby said he gonna put on the blazer. Look, good morning, you guys, and welcome to Like It or Not. I am your host, Rebecca Azor.
And I am your co-host, James Bubba Williams, DJ exclusive, Big Daddy, Big Mama, all that little stuff in between. Okay. Good morning, y'all.
Good morning. Listen, this is the first episode. We are back, but with season 3 of Like It or Not. A lot of you guys said that you guys been looking for us. Listen, I heard you looking for me. Yes, but here we are. Here we are. Ain't that what Pascal said? Here I go. This is where we are. We are here, guys. For those of you guys who have been missing us, we haven't really been gone that long. We took a break because from the summer shows. If you didn't know where we were on air this summer. You just missed it. And you can always follow up on the Benjamin Dixon Show page where you can follow up on our summer shows. But, baby, we are new and improved, baby. We are here. It is season 3. And we got a lot of great content for you guys. Are you excited, Bubba?
I am. I'm just so excited to see everybody in the chat. I'm seeing some faces I ain't seen in a minute.
Okay.
It is so excited. Excited as hell. I am.
It's a party. Listen, I am absolutely, before we even get started, I am absolutely honored that you guys have chose us to be your morning cup of coffee, your morning caffeine, your morning jokes, your morning laughs, your morning news. We are very, very honored for that. So for all of you guys who are rocking with us, for everybody who's been rocking with us, a big shouts out to you. October, we're going to dedicate that, to y'all. That's y'all month. That's y'all month.
Absolutely.
Okay?
I agree with it.
That's really it. And then shouts out to, everybody who was in the Twitch world. I don't want to forget you guys. You guys are on Twitch, you guys are on Discord, and you guys are on Facebook. We don't want to forget you guys. We know that you're watching, even in the Twitter world. That's we're international. We're all over social media as far as where people are giving us love, people are watching, people are talking about us. So, I don't want to miss Twitch, child, because I know everybody be like, Twitch is in the house. And
I just dropped my message on there saying, hey, y'all, because I'm on there now. Look.
Good. Make sure, and I know we both came in because it's the first day of school. So we came in our best outfits.
We did, because tomorrow is going to be jeans and t-shirts or sweats or something like that.
Don't expect this every single day, because y'all know how I do. Y'all know it's going to be graphic tees soon. You guys know. So don't expect this every single day. But we're making sure that we're giving you guys a new look, and that's what's important. As far as for today, because it is the first day of school. But there's so much news. I heard there was news for us. I heard we got somebody that's coming on the show today. Is that confirmed? Because this, and mind you, this was just presented to us in the chat. Is that confirmed? I just want to make sure.
I'll say that I saw the message earlier too, and I was
That
like, okay,
that was
we'll see. We'll see.
But I want to make sure though, Josh. I don't want so once you find out, please let us know so that we're ready. So it's not like we're not ready. So, but there's so much news, and I want to get to the top of the news hour because we have a few stories to tell. How Bubba says it, and
She got a funny story to tell.
listen, and I want to start off while I try to get this document in order, child. I want to start off with the first story of the day. Joe Biden. I know, and mind you, for those who are watching, we're going to catch up on the stories of last week that were so hot, and we'll catch you up throughout the week with the stories that are trending. But these three stories I wanted to make sure that we talked about. And the first one starting with Joe Biden. President Joe Biden surprised the nation this past Thursday, announcing that he will be taking considerable steps in examining America's federal marijuana laws, including pardoning everyone convicted of simple marijuana possession at the federal level. Let's take a listen to what he said.
I ran for president. No one should be in jail just for using or possessing marijuana. It's already legal in many states, and criminal records for marijuana possession have led to needless barriers to employment, to housing, to educational opportunities. And that's before you address the racial disparities around who suffers the consequences. While white and black and brown people use marijuana at similar rates, Black and brown people are arrested, prosecuted, and convicted at disproportionately higher rates. So today, I'm taking 3 steps to end this failed approach. First, I'm announcing a pardon for all prior federal offenses for the simple possession of marijuana. There are thousands of people who are convicted for marijuana possession who may be denied employment, housing, or educational opportunities as a result of that conviction. My pardon will remove this burden on them.
Listen, the president then continued to ask other state leaders to join in on helping clear simple marijuana charges like, again, marijuana possession. Listen to his cry for help.
Second, I'm calling on all governors to do the same for state marijuana possession offenses. Third, the federal government currently classifies marijuana as a Schedule I substance, the same as heroin and LSD, and more serious than fentanyl. It makes no sense. So I'm asking the Secretary of Health and Human Services and the Attorney General to initiate a process to review how marijuana is scheduled under federal law. Even as federal and local regulations of marijuana change, important limitations on trafficking, marketing, and underage sales should stay in place. Too many lives have been upended because of our failed approach to marijuana. It's time that we right these wrongs.
Okay, so it's time that we right these wrongs. That was a little powerful. So the question is, who is affected? So Reuters broke it down for us this way. They said Biden's pardons announced on October 6th affect about 6,500 people convicted of cannabis possession at the federal level. None remain in prison without a felony on their record. They won't be tripped up when applying for a job or trying to rent an apartment. Research by the American Civil Liberties Union has shown Black Americans are nearly 4 times as likely as whites to be arrested for marijuana possession. Now, who isn't protected by this? Affected by this? Biden's pardon does not affect some 3,000 people convicted of higher level marijuana crimes who remain in federal prisons, and as many as 30,000 who are still in prison in several states, according to the advocacy group The Last Prisoner Project. Those numbers do not reflect people with convictions for marijuana possession at a state level, although approximately 2 million marijuana convictions have been expunged or pardoned by states where the drug is now legal. So is your take on this? Because I hear Joe Biden, and when I first heard the news, I can honestly say that I appreciated him coming out with this and being, because it's going to help somebody, and we never really heard a president actually speak on it in this juncture, in this way. And so Joe Biden, I mean, he was saying, listen, we got to help folks, if with a little bit of weed, they shouldn't be in jail. But there's always an asterisk there. And that's why I think we're coming to the asterisk portion of it, because what people first heard is, okay, if he's really going to do this on all levels for petty marijuana charges or any marijuana charges, because what is marijuana? It is now legal.
Yeah.
In a lot of states, I think 19 states now. So we're moving forward. So it's legal. There are a lot of cannabis shops. What's your take on this?
I'm glad that he did come out with it. It's one of those things though, where it's on the federal level, it's the state level where we're going to have to really worry about, because let's be honest, here in Georgia, our Caucasian brothers and sisters are not going to go for it, especially the ones on the Republican side. Now, if Kemp's get out of office, then Stacey Abrams, I'm sure will go ahead and rectify that and be for the legalization of marijuana. But it's the state level that I'm worried about for some of these crimes, because a lot of these people here, they will put you in jail for a 3.5 gram sack of marijuana real quick. And won't ask any questions. So I think once the state level changes, I'll be more accepting. But I am happy that he did come out with this. I know he put a lot of people in an uproar, so I'm glad that he did.
Yeah, you know what's interesting? At a state level, I think that's why he's calling on local leaders in a way, like to help push this so that it could be at that level. But while it's decriminalized to a certain degree, so a certain amount is decriminalized.
Yeah.
And so while it is that way, you can't really be out here smoking like a real blunt out here in Atlanta just like that. I've seen people do it, but it is not decriminalized to the place where you can do that. And on a state level, there are so many people who are still incarcerated for these charges, like simple marijuana charges, who are like, it's crazy to me, for selling, not only possession, for selling. And we got dispensaries.
Yeah, you said it right. Yeah.
And so look, dispensaries. Okay, we have dispensaries. Okay, and let me see. Checks notes right here. Dispensaries usually belong to dispensaries that usually belong to whites, and the people who are incarcerated, like we said, majority are Black people when it comes to marijuana. So this is what we're looking for. I'm glad that Biden is coming up with this. David did make a point earlier in the week, and he said of last week, he said, Biden ordered a review of the classification, and basically he maybe should have just changed the classification instead of just a review. So since now it just feels like it sounds good. People don't really know. So people who just hear he's gonna start, making some changes when it comes to marijuana charges or simple marijuana charges such as possession, you're looking at wording and what classifies it being a crime and things like that. Are you looking to change it? Where are we with that now?
Right.
That was a great speech that he did. I felt it. It's like you said, people are in jail, Black folks, people who are being affected the most, but it will help some people, but we're looking for, I think, everyone who has a marijuana related charge. It doesn't include murder, child, like somebody, murdering somebody to get
Have you ever heard of a murder charge associated with marijuana?
Exactly. And who brings that up? Olay brings that up a lot. When it comes to like marijuana charges or simple charges like that, you don't hear major crimes associated with it. The person is selling or purchasing or smoking it. Pretty much it. That's pretty much it.
Ooh, what used to drive me crazy. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm about to go on a tangent. I was about to go on a tangent, because what kills me is that commercial where they sitting in the drive-thru and they ordering food, and the little girl come biking across the drive-thru and they run her ass over. I'm just like, y'all are really tripping. You ain't never seen that commercial?
Excuse me. What kind of commercial is that?
I'm gonna look for it, and I'm gonna drop it. You see it. It is a marijuana commercial, and they're sitting in the drive-thru, and they high as hell, and this little girl just come biking,
and they hit her. And that was the example that they wanted to give of the effects of marijuana.
Marijuana.
You can have 2 drinks legally at my corporation on your break, and drive back
Yes,
to work and
indeed.
work. Do you know what 2 drinks can do for the Long Island or whatever? I feel like drinking is more of a deterrence. You know, it can affect you and you're thinking more. Why am I slobbing at the mouth? It can affect you and you're thinking more when it comes to like how you think and how you drive. But they let you have 2 drinks and be in the street. I've seen people who are high make it. It's almost like when you're, you know, when you zone out and you don't even know how you got home. You don't went through 5 lights. You don't went through all of that, and you don't even know how you got home.
Child, don't get me started because I
You finally make
recall
it.
a
And
few
you're
nights.
sober. You're sober. You know what got your mind? You know, it's life. Life
Life.
is a drug. Okay.
Hello?
Life is a drug.
A bad drug, too. It's
Thank you.
terrible. As
Addiction,
hell.
like an opioid. Crack. Crack is whack.
Crack is
And
cheap.
you. Yeah, so that's where I'm at with it. But I am interested to see how Joe Biden moves forward with this. We still have time to develop while a lot of the Republicans are worried about the wrong thing when it comes to Joe Biden. Like most recently, him talking to voicemails I dropped of his son. I know this is not part of this story, but I did drop it in the Slack, Josh. Before we get to our guest, I did drop it in the Slack. People should be, I think the Republicans should be focused on, you know, what Joe Biden is doing here. And we have to give credit where it's due. I don't give Joe Biden credit all the time because he doesn't get it right. I mean, oftentimes he doesn't get it right, especially when it comes to immigrants, specifically Haitians, and Black people and their issues. I think that he just thinks, I raised the jobs. I did this, you know, and it just sounds just like every other politician. But in this particular case, I want to see what he actually develops with this, who he listens to on getting it right when it comes to decriminalizing across the board marijuana charges.
Most definitely.
But Sean Hannity, the Republicans are focused on Joe Biden's voicemail to his son where he's telling him he loves him too much. But before it's in the Slack, the Sean Hannity one. But before we get there, I want to bring in a special guest to get in on the conversation. Bring in that special guest.
You would bring me in on the conversation discussing marijuana, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
I mean,
no, it's no longer marijuana.
It's only prudent.
You missed that, child. But
good morning, everybody.
Actually, so before we start, you guys, we have a special guest. If you do or do not know this man, on your screens right now is the Benjamin Dixon. The Benjamin Dixon of the Benjamin Dixon Show. This is the guy. This is what he looked like. I know you ain't seen him in a minute. He actually looked clean cut. What's going on?
Clean as hell.
Nothing but the red. What's going on with y'all, everybody? Good morning, everybody, to the audience and DJ exclusive Rebecca Azor. I'm glad to have y'all back. Even though I was away, I got a chance to tune in to y'all on a regular basis. So, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, Ben, you know what? Since you did start about the marijuana story where we were talking about Joe Biden, we were just about to wrap it up and move on to Herschel Walker. But before we get there, I know we don't have you for a long time, but we have you for a good time, especially on this first episode of season 3. Yeah. So talk about it. What do you think about Joe Biden and this his push for decriminalizing marijuana?
I think it's a good first step, to be honest with you. I know a lot of people are disappointed because in the immediate sense, there doesn't appear to be anyone who's going to be released from prison as a result of this, because most people who are in federal prison for a marijuana possession charge, they also have some other charges. And so for the most part, there's not any that we know of so far. There's not anybody who's going to come home to a joyous celebration of being set free from this. However, what I do know it does is it's moving us towards decriminalizing it, legalizing it all together. It's a critical first step. If they could recategorize this from a Schedule 1 drug, it's up there with heroin, fentanyl that they're making everyone so terrified of is Schedule 2. Oh my gosh. You know what I mean? So if they could schedule it down to a Schedule 2, that's a big step in the right direction. Of course, we want it to be completely legalized because, as you said, Rebecca, if you in terms of short-term effects, like drinking a couple of beers is a lot more. Well, you got to know how to handle your marijuana as well. I don't want to give people the wrong impression. You also have to be responsible with weed. It's not, you just don't go out there and just smoke it and then expect to, be okay if you're not a professional at it.
Yeah.
In terms of long-term effects, the things I've seen alcohol do to people and their bodies and their lives and their relationships and their careers, alcohol destroys people's lives.
You
and
just
we
said
have
it.
it on every single corner in the Black community.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, like, when I honestly, I switched to marijuana for medicinal purposes. I have a lot of pain, because of different things that have happened to me over the years. Switching from I don't even drink anymore. Right. And it's just the lifestyle changes and improvements in my life, giving up alcohol and using marijuana for, I ain't even gonna lie, it's not just medicinal. Sometimes it's just straight out recreational. But it does something for you that alcohol just simply does not do. Alcohol blinds you to what's going on.
Absolutely.
Alcohol makes you forget what's going on. Alcohol makes you not care what's going on. Weed doesn't give you that luxury. So if you are a person who doesn't deal with anxiety well, I suggest that you take your time with marijuana, because it's going to make you confront all of your issues. It's going to make you see yourself. It's going to do all kinds of things that alcohol just doesn't do. So until I say it this, I am an advocate for the legalization of marijuana, because I simply see what alcohol has done, and I see what marijuana has a capacity of doing. And one thing I would tell Black men in particular: get off the liquor. And if you just got to do something, well, come on over here to the dark side of marijuana.
Exactly.
I mean, the marijuana is not the dark side. And Josh, the video.
Well,
Is
let my
but,
mother who has never
same.
drank a lick of alcohol in her life. Oh
Ben.
my God! You tell her about, like, she don't care if it's legal now. She, like,
let Gwen Williams tell it, because
Mhm.
it's the worst thing ever. I'm like, Mama, you would rather me smoke a blunt than drink alcohol. So trust me, Gwen.
So my dad who smokes cigarettes, shout out to Daddy. I see you, I love you, I mean it. But who smokes cigarettes, he has been trained to believe that marijuana is the worst drug in the world. And so, and especially with him coming here, he knows how they put Black people in jail when he came here for selling and for possession. So in his mind, those were the only two jobs that Black people got when they came here, and especially him being an immigrant. So he criminalized it for us before we knew it was damn illegal.
Right, I'm about to say, because that was us when we were younger. It was criminalized long time ago.
Yeah.
Of course, Daddy used to smoke it back in the day when he was a little young buck running around here in Alabama.
Okay.
But it was like one of those things: don't smoke weed. And even going through elementary school and middle school and everything, it was always told you shouldn't smoke that stuff. It's so bad. So I stayed away from it all through until I got to college. And I smoked the first time. I was like, man,
but don't
y'all tripping. Yep.
Hell Wildcats.
Hell Wildcats.
It doesn't make me feel good. It makes me feel crazy. However, to each his own. I don't think it's that, like, when they're lacing it with something and adding other things, that's another story. Okay, that's different. That's abuse. But other than that, when it grows from the earth, is what I'm saying? Just go ahead. Listen, I believe what you believe, Ben. Alcohol. I have the fact that my corporate job allows me to have 2 alcoholic drinks on my break and to drive back to my job.
That's crazy.
I've never heard nothing like that. That's crazy.
Well, because you got to be drunk. You got to be drunk to deal with some of these jobs. You know what I mean? You got to actually don't care about your even life. You're like, you know what I mean? If you're drinking at noon for lunch just to get through the day, there's a good chance that you need to be numbed a little bit. So that's why that's why they have it on every single corner in the Black community. And I'm going to be honest with you, like, I mean, right now I'm getting ready to, after I get done here, I'm going to meet with some pastors because we're still organizing against Christian nationalism. But I've had some heated conversations with a few pastors who just are adamant about marijuana remaining illegal. And then I ask them, do they drink? Right. And then they get real quiet. I ain't trying to shade anybody. I ain't trying to shade nobody. But what I'm trying to tell you is if you consume alcohol, the deleterious effects. I'm gonna give y'all my SAT word. The deleterious effects of alcohol
You
are
know he back
nothing.
with the words. The
Well,
word
I'm
guy.
saying like what it does to your body in the long run, in your decision making. I mean, how many bad decisions were made because you were drunk? How many babies are here that shouldn't be
Oh,
here because they
Oh,
became drunk?
okay then.
You know, how many abortions had to
hmm.
happen because you got drunk? Like, let's just be real. And marijuana does not have. If anything, marijuana makes you not have fun unless you understand how to manage it. So,
Exactly.
I just don't engage in that moralizing. They try to make it, oh, you know, you're bad because you smoke weed. No, what's in your liquor cabinet?
Well, you know, it used to be Hennessy and Haitian rum, but Haitian rum is actually medicinal. Anywho, Ben, before you get out of here, you dropped something yesterday and actually brought it to my attention. I did see it, but you actually brought this story to my attention of a 15-year-old boy named Jaheim McMillan. And before you get out of here, I wanted you to discuss that more. It was a murder
Yeah.
of a 15-year-old boy. Could you tell us a little bit about that story? Well, before you do, I know you got the video, Josh. Could you play the video that Ben posted yesterday to his Twitter account?
Okay.
Our officers engaged with an armed individual. Shots were fired.
Leading up to those shots fired, Gulfport Police Chief Adam Cooper says police responded to reports of guns being shown from a car at other motorists. When officers pulled the car over in the Family Dollar parking lot, multiple suspects got out of the vehicle. Cooper says one of those suspects was armed. Shots were fired, with one of the shots hitting the suspect, who was taken to the hospital with critical.
So you say you saw what happened?
I saw the cop shoot the guy.
Did he have a gun on him?
I did not see a gun on him.
And the baby was coming out the store. Jaheim was coming out the store.
He was coming out of the store with his
and
hands
my other
up.
son, with his hands up?
With his hands up.
Was he asked for his hands to go up?
Pardon me?
Was he asked to put his hands up?
I did not hear that. I had just pulled in and I saw it happen. I'm having BSTD or whatever you call it, but yes.
Wow. So I didn't even hear about this story, but to know that officers lied about the account, murdered this baby with his hands up, is very interesting. What do you know about this story? Where is it coming out of? What state is it coming out of?
It's coming out of Gulfport, Mississippi, and
Wow.
I'm actually getting ready to head over there because they need a little help organizing, and so I've connected with some labor unions over there, some churches over there, and I'm gonna hit the ground over there and do my best to help them to get their goal. Their goal right now is simply to get the body cam released. Here's the thing: two things we know about police: they lie. I want to say that again. Police lie, and the police reports are some of the most. They're just propaganda. We would go to jail if we filed a false police report.
Yep.
Police officers file false police.
Did we lose you? Looks like we lost.
No, he was about to get to the point too.
Yeah, he definitely was about to get,
Oh, there we go.
We got him back.
I'm back. I apologize.
Okay.
So they lie on a regular basis. These police reports that they file, they're filled with lies, and then the local news media picks them up. And so what happens is you hear about somebody getting killed by the police, you go and listen to a news report, and they say he had a gun, and then you turn away, right?
Yeah.
No, that's our instinct. But if you dig a little deeper, you'll see that the story isn't adding up. So this is happening in Gulfport, Mississippi. I'm getting ready to head over there to help them organize a 15-year-old boy. The police say that he got out of the car and ran towards the Family Dollar. But the witnesses say, no, he was coming out of the Family Dollar. Police officers also say that 4 other guys got out of the car and ran away. But they somehow magically managed, this one police officer managed to kill Jaheim and apprehend the other boys. How does that happen? How do you
one police
Superman?
officer?
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. That's what we have right now is that they're saying there was one police officer at the scene. How did they do that? I've talked to some people already on the ground. They have spoken with the boys that were in custody, and the boys are confirming the same story that the white lady in that video said.
Okay, dang, we're
Wow.
gonna get him back, but I heard so many accounts of this story as well. One of the accounts being that the kids themselves, like this particular group of kids, and we're still getting the story as it develops because there's so much he say, she say. There you are, Ben. And I wanted to confirm because there were so many different accounts, of course, because the police always lie.
Right.
And so when they get that at the front of the story, we're now met with what is the truth and what isn't, what can we believe and what we can't believe, because they've already misconstrued everything. Misinformation
That's right.
definitely can be right at the head where the police
Right.
are. But I heard or I read that the kids were actually the ones that called the police officers themselves.
See, I haven't that report. I haven't heard that one, and so that's why one of the reasons I want to get on the ground is because one, the police officers have body cam footage. They have dash cam footage. Here's the other thing we know. The other thing we know about the police is if that video exonerated and made innocent that police officer, if the video showed what the police report said, they would have released it by now.
Okay, so it's very interesting. Oh, we're losing Ben again. So I'll read this document. This is coming from a news station, WLOX. And here is what they say. Court documents show that the first call about the teens came at 2:28 p.m. when a driver reported a silver Kia Soul with a Georgia license plate driving recklessly on Highway 605 near I-10. The caller said the teens in the Kia Soul had the windows rolled down and began flipping them off. Eventually, both vehicles stopped next to each other at a red light on Brentwood Boulevard. That's when the caller and his passenger said they seen the right rear passenger in the Kia Soul brandish a firearm. When the light turned green, both vehicles took off, and the caller told police he tried to get away from the Kia. So the caller of the other vehicle, and he said as he got closer to Magnolia, he saw a red light and decided to drive through it in fear of stopping next to the armed passenger. But the Kia Soul also ran the red light. As both vehicles approached Pass Road, and the caller told the police he tried to lose the Kia Soul by cutting through a bank parking lot, but the teen stayed right behind him. This encounter ended when, according to the caller, the Kia Soul turned around on a Courthouse Road and then west on Commerce Street. About 15 minutes after that call came into police, officers located the Kia Soul matching the description in the parking lot of the Family Dollar. According to the police, an officer engaged an armed suspect, which was allegedly McMillan, leading to shots being fired. Yet what we see in that video of the person who was a witness to what happened, saying that she was experiencing PTSD even in the moment as trying to recall what happened. She said that he was coming out of the store with his hands up. There was no weapon brandished or shown, and the officer shot him. So I guess like I said, there's so many different accounts, and that's what I'm getting from it. Ben, were you able to hear that?
Yes, yeah, I heard the majority of that. And here's the thing, I don't know if you guys have covered yet the police officer who shot the boy eating McDonald's.
That was a recent story as well.
Yeah.
The little
His
boy
car,
in the parking lot.
I think it's out in California. His car matched the description. So here's the thing. We have to make room for the possibility that it went down exactly like the police officer said, right? So we don't know, except for the eyewitnesses. And so the police need to be accountable for the discrepancy between what the eyewitnesses said and what the police report said. Number one, they can fix that by releasing the dash cam footage. And that's what the family is asking for right now. They're saying release the body cam and the dash cam footage so we could see it for ourselves, so we could see what happened. The third thing was after they shot the boy, they left him on the concrete bleeding with no assistance. He was still alive. A nurse came along trying to help and give assistance. They refused to allow that nurse to give that boy assistance.
And we're talking about Jaheim, the 15-year-old.
We're still talking about Jaheim.
Okay.
We're still talking about Jaheim. A nurse came along to give assistance, and the police refused to do so. And so that is also a problem. So whatever actually transpired, there is video of it. Last but not least, even if the police don't release that dash cam footage, Family Dollar has footage.
Okay.
Yes.
Every Family Dollar
Okay.
in this country got cameras at the
Right.
door, and he was shot and killed right in front of the door. Right, I mean, people couldn't even get out of the store because his body was
laying down.
So
My
there is
God.
footage. There is footage of what happened, and if it happened as the police say it happened, it's a tragedy. It's a shame, but we know the police lie entirely too much. So I'm getting ready to head over there. I've been meaning to get to Mississippi for some time because we've been organizing the pastors across the South, and I couldn't get there 2 weeks or last week, a week and a half ago because of the storm. I had to get back home to take care of the storm situation. So we're going to head over there and try to just help them to get the video released. Get the video released, and let's go from there.
Absolutely, Ben. Thank you so much for reposting that again. I said I'm still was refreshing my Twitter feed from the shooting that happened in the McDonald's parking lot with the young boy who was sitting in a vehicle, minding his own business. And here is this story of this 15-year-old boy who was murdered, gunned down in front of a Family Dollar, and the stories are all over the place. So I really, I'm grateful that you did post that and bring that to my attention. And thank you for going out there to go and do the work. If I know you, what I do know about you is that you are gonna hold people accountable. And so thank you for that.
And just be careful out there, brother.
I know it's I'm glad to be able to do it. I hate to have to be, it's I don't want to go to these situations. I don't want these situations to exist. But, if the people down there need some help organizing, and if the people down there need some help getting some answers, Gulfport, Mississippi is my stomping ground. That's where I went to go get I worked on my PhD. I didn't finish my PhD because I ran out of money, but I was in and out of Gulfport for 8 years in a row. So I know a lot of people down there, a lot of the pastors down there, and a lot of the organizers down there. We're going to go down there. If you guys want to support that work, talking to the audience, go to Patreon or Cash App or whatever information you have for me, and send some financial support. We could greatly appreciate it. And we're just going to go and do our part.
Yeah, and thank you so much for that, Ben. Are you sticking around, or do you have to get out of here? I know you said you had
Let me get out of here, because that what was happening was my appointment was calling me. So that's my appointment calling.
Make sure you go meet up with your appointment.
Let me go meet up with the people I got to meet with today, and then we'll go from there. Hey, listen, y'all keep supporting this show. Like it or not, is holding it down while I'm still in the transitions that I'm in, but it's giving me the time and the freedom to go and cover some of these stories. So thank you, Rebecca. Thank you, James.
All right, that appointment is calling, Ben. Thank you so much for pulling up. You guys, again, it's the first episode of the season, and you don't know what's gonna happen on the show. But we're so grateful that the boss man himself definitely checked in to join the conversation. And these are this is a big conversation. This is a huge one, because the story about young Jaheim, the 15-year-old out of Gulfport, Mississippi, can definitely be overlooked. But we need to focus on the story. Why? Because of the case of the misinformation that comes from police officers. And Benjamin is putting himself out there to go see what actually happened. And even the account of the eyewitness is trying to be, there's something that they're trying to put under a sweep under the rug. But if this is indeed different from what the story the police officers had said, this is why we are talking about defunding the police officers, because the ones that we do find sit there and lie every day on somebody's baby and murder, kill. That is their goal. They look at Black little boys as targets, and this is what we're trying to prevent when we say defund the police. That's a lot. Thank you again. A whole lot. Yeah, thank you so much again, Ben, for pulling up on the show. Speaking of just chaos happening, there's chaos right here in our own backyard. Again, this past week, we got Herschel Walker, who we know is running for that Senate seat from Raphael Warnock, who we just seated about 2 years ago. Raphael Warnock, he's running to take his seat. So here in Georgia, the race for Senate seat has gotten rather messy. Herschel Walker, who aspires to take the seat of Raphael Warnock, was outed for allegedly getting a woman pregnant and paying for her abortion over a decade ago. But Walker's outspoken conservative, my appointment is calling as well. But Walker's outspoken conservative son, Christian Walker, joined the chat in a series of tweets.
I'm going to leave it alone.
Leave what alone, child?
You said your appointment's calling you.
It's too early for that. It's too early for that type.
It's never. You know what? Continue, Rebecca.
It's too early for that type of appointment. But let me listen. Here is the drama with Christian Walker. Let me tell you, his Christian Walker, who I didn't even know, checks notes again, is Christian Walker. Herschel Walker's son. And if you knew that, you're a liar. Because why didn't y'all tell me? Christian Walker is damn a Herschel Walker's son. And while this information is coming out about Mr. Herschel Walker himself, I've never seen so many commercials while I'm watching streaming TV. There's so much commercials for Herschel Walker and how evil he is. And there are a lot of very skeptical stories. But then Christian Walker came out and said on his Twitter, I know my mom and I would really appreciate if my father, Herschel Walker, stopped lying and making a mockery of us. You're not a family man. When you left us to bang a bunch of women, threatened to kill us, and had us move over 6 times in 6 months, running from your violence. It's very interesting. Christian, who is Herschel Walker's son, y'all didn't tell me, went on to say, I don't care about someone who has a bad past and takes accountability, but how dare you lie and act as though you're some moral Christian upright man. You've lived a life of destroying other people's lives. How dare you? Again, this is from Christian Walker. If you guys do not know who Christian Walker is, he is that very right-wing conservative, and the boy is gay. Okay, like, you know, he's very conservative, has a problem with the LGBTQIA flag being swung in a damn Starbucks, says the American flag should be flown there, doesn't like the Black Lives Matter flag in the Starbucks either, yet he's a black gay little boy. Now I'm just finding out that he is the son of Herschel Walker, who is running for Senate in Georgia.
So I've never heard of this man a day before my day of my life.
Herschel or Christian?
Christian. And
Christian is very popular in the Twitter space.
Yes.
Against
I heard. And when I tell you, I don't listen to this queen, honey. I thought to call him something else, but I don't listen to this queen, child. It's like I've yet to see any of the other stuff that they said about him. And if I probably did, I would probably spam the hell out of him. So I'm just gonna leave it alone. But ain't nobody stunned this queen, child. She can go somewhere. She can go away. I'm glad she did what she did with her daddy, but she can go away too. She can go kick rocks.
Not she. And look, B's in the comment section saying this is a drama queen. Yes, this is a drama queen. But the thing is, this drama queen has actually been at the forefront of a lot of conversations that have been problematic. Yet he represents these minority communities. You know, these communities that literally get little to no recognition, help. They are the most ostracized, the Black community, and especially being a Black gay young man. And the Herschel only tweeted out that I still love my son.
I love my son.
And somebody said, which one? Because they're making messy. But I'm saying here is what politics is looking like. This is what the future of politics is. And if this is it, I don't want no parts. This man's history if it's true about these commercials that have been approved by Raphael Warnock, these against Herschel Walker. But if it is true, this man is a violent man, and we know he's a ex-football player. You know, we know he had multiple women and whatever, but he is running for the Senate seat. There are occasions where he has threatened to kill people. Be physical and violent with folks. And this is our representation in Georgia. But if you come where I stay along the streets in Georgia and you go further down in the mountainous areas where you only see horses and trees and little cabins that like they've been burned down, like old slave cabins, that's what they look like. You'll see Herschel Walker signs right up in there. Because what Republicans will make sure they try and do is get back the seat, because we know that we had flipped the Senate blue here. And so what they'll try to do is get back the seat, and it at all costs, no matter what drama presents itself. Now, if Christian is coming out here and that boy loves drama and loves to ride for Republicans, if he's coming out here and speaking against a key Republican candidate right now in Georgia, it lets us know right now he coming out with guns blazing. And now it ain't even about parties right now, baby. It ain't even about nothing else.
Right.
My father sucks. But it sucks that your father sucks, but baby, a little too late. You have definitely been a part of the conversations before your dad was a part of the representation.
Yeah.
You have led a lot of things and conversations and rallies that especially of oppressed people that are very problematic. So I
Yeah.
guess birds of a feather flock together. Don't try to
They
speak
do.
up now. Now, I don't say that it is good for fathers to disrespect their sons or their daughters or anything, like to not be there. And it sucks that this gets to unfold in the media, but Republicans don't get to hide their hands, especially when they try to villainize Joe Biden for just calling his son, leaving his son a loving voicemail because he knows his son has a problem and an addiction, and just leaving his son a voicemail, and they're calling him a criminal. So
Yeah. I just can't wait till. First of all, I can't wait till the election is over with because I'm so sick of seeing Herschel Walker come on my TV screen, and he tried to fix all this mess by releasing a new commercial. Reverend Raphael Warnock is the pastor, and he is not a good man. He didn't tell you my whole story, but I will, and you can find out more about me. I even wrote a book about it. Go to hell.
That's exactly what it sounds like. That's exactly what that commercial sounds like. And then and at the end of it, it says this commercial has been approved by Herschel Walker campaign.
Right. So
and then right after that, it is Herschel Walker says he will abuse police officers. Herschel Walker says has abused and threatened his ex-wife. Then his ex-wife comes.
So what did Herschel Walker tell you that he was going to do? He said he put a gun to your head. And what did he say?
Put a gun to my head. He threatened to hurt me. He threatened to take my life. And I just knew I had to get out of there. This commercial has been Herschel Walker will also harm you, Georgia. This commercial has been approved by the Raphael Warnock such and such. This is all I've been seeing. Politics is literally a joke right now, you guys. It's a
really
mess.
Is.
It really is a mess. But even with Raphael Warnock, there are a lot of things, even though we put him in seat too. What you doing? This is where we at with it. Like, love you, mean it. Absolutely love that but we already had that phase where it was Barack Obama was black and we put him in there. We need people who are about something. Yeah. We need people who are going to stand for something. That's why I apologize. I have another phone call coming in from a number. See, it's getting crazy. But that is why, honestly, when we discuss Stacey Abrams being here in Georgia and being the next governor, that's not a radical thought. It's radical because she's actually doing the work, and she's a black woman and a single black woman.
Yeah.
A single mother, and that's what they're trying to focus on and villainize that. Yet the other day I seen Killer Mike on a platform, and if I remember correctly, Killer Mike was on the platform, Charlemagne's political platform, where they had that nightly talk, the conversation about politics. I believe that was the platform, and I may get this wrong, but I seen the clip of Killer Mike talking, and he said that Governor Kemp had made his rounds, and he's actually doing something that a lot of people should be focusing on in the moment. Bubba, did you see Governor Kemp last month? Did you see him the month before that? Did you get anything from Governor Kemp that could be beneficial to you in your life as it is today?
Nothing at all. Not a damn thing.
There are things I can say that are beneficial, but he just allows those laws to pass because they passed, right? When there are laws that actually can affect us, when we are in the streets rallying for people to give our communities more resources, when we're in the streets rallying for the end of voter suppression, when we're in the streets rallying for Wi-Fi in underserved communities where kids may or may not have a snow day or a rainy day or whatever and be having to work from home, do school from home, because that is a possibility now, or for people who need that access to apply for jobs or to get access to resources that can help them figure out what to do with their lives as immigrants. Why are those things that are so difficult? Stacey Abrams has been on the ground running even before her name was put on that ballot again. And you're telling me, Killer Mike, who's a black man, you're telling me to look at what Kemp is doing. I'm sorry, I can't do that. The commercials against Stacey Abrams, the same ones that we see that are playing against Herschel Walker and Raphael Warnock, the ones Kemp, the Kemp campaign is putting out against Stacey Abrams includes Stacey Abrams wants to defund the police. Stacey Abrams wanted the shutdown to happen. Stacey Abrams wanted people to get COVID shots. Stacey Abrams, X, Y, and Z. We don't want Stacey Abrams, and neither should you, Georgia. Stacey Abrams doing everything that I want. It seemed like, dang, I don't know how this commercial would make me want to not vote for Stacey Abrams, but this is where we are with it. The people where I live will look at that commercial and say Stacey Abrams was not for Georgia.
Yeah, somebody did bring up a good point though. They were saying that from what they see, they don't live in Georgia, but from what they see, Stacey Abrams isn't talking about what she will do for Georgia. And I feel that a little bit, but I think that she will do more for Georgia than what Kemp has done already.
So I gotta disagree with that 100% because Stacey Abrams is not only speaking about what she doesn't have to speak. We're in Georgia, right?
Right.
If ever you're looking for Stacey Abrams, she's showing you what she will do. Now, she talked about a lot of what she will do in her last run, but she's always been feet and hands on the ground, hands on the door where she's canvassing, and mobilizing, and feet on the ground. Not only for photo ops, Stacey Abrams is out here. Yes, she's popular because all the black platforms will definitely call Stacey Abrams up, especially the women platforms, the women-led platforms.
Oh, yes.
Will call Stacey Abrams up to sit on that platform because the same way Donald Trump was a big old celebrity, the way that we praise Biden, even our former president Barack Obama, Michelle, First Lady for Michelle Obama. We're going to give them a platform to express themselves. It looks crazy to people, but not only is she doing that, she's hands on the ground, feet on the ground. If you're looking for her in Georgia, you're always going to find her working daily. That woman works daily.
Like when I tell you she literally goes out door to door. I ain't seen none of these other politicians do any of that. Like she's literally feet on the ground. Knocking door to door, getting people out there.
And not for and I'm like, okay, what are we expecting? I would understand because the same way I get it. Being outside of Georgia, you may not see it. I'm watching commercials that she's putting out, but not only that, I follow her on social media. I see, people, other pages that, and mind you, in this particular, on our media, even in our local news, you're not really going to hear about Stacey Abrams, which is very interesting. You'll hear about her opponent and what they're doing, and then that's when Stacey Abrams' a name comes up in the conversation. But this lady, Noah could let you know. Stacey Abrams is out here with her feet on the ground. She's doing what she need to do because Stacey Noah has actually been a part of that campaign at one point. I follow people who are canvassing with her and for her. A lot of the text messages that I do not respond to when they're coming in, them text messages. Hey, or what are you going to do for Stacey Abrams? Or what are you going to do for Governor Kemp? Get down and vote right now. Would you sign up right now and say that you're going to go vote for? I'd be like, block.
So, they hit me up with a different name. Hey, Steven, are you going to go vote? Hey, Michael. I've been texting back one time. Who the F is Michael? That is not me.
Those messages, honestly, y'all, are worse than them. Hey, we're calling about your car's warranty. I don't know you. Hey, you have not replied to our 10 messages about your car's warranty. And it's funny when you pick up the phone. This is what they do. All you hear is, hi, can I speak to Rebecca? Hi, can I speak to Rebecca? Hi, can I speak to Rebecca? Because it's not even a person that's calling you, it's a robo. And then when I make a sound like, they're like, hi, Rebecca, this is Brian calling from such and such. Your car's warranty is going to be up, and I just hang up. That's how I feel like those politics and political campaigning folks be texting me, and you don't even know whose team they're really on.
You don't.
The Republicans are working 6 jobs. They got, and not only the Republicans, both parties. This is how messy it is. They're working 6 jobs that they are paying for robocallers, robo-texters, robo-tweeters, robo-Instagram posters, robo all of it, paying for pages to be developed as if they're being utilized in real time, buying for old pages from people who don't even use their pages, changing the name, changing the pictures to make it look like that page is. And this is how far they're going.
Yeah.
I miss the genuine interaction. I do
Yeah.
miss that. I miss the genuine, like really wanting to get out and help canvas and mobilize, not for flicking it up for a picture. And I think that's why we're not seeing
Yeah.
Stacey Abrams, because it's more than flicking it up for a picture.
And if I get one more goddamn mailer, because I don't even check my mail anymore, because it's gonna be stuff with Raphael Warnock's face, Kemp's face, Herschel Walker's face, just all in my mailbox. That's all I get. And I'm just like, yeah, I'm not even gonna check my mail anymore. Just forget about it. If y'all sending me anything, y'all better email it to me. Let me know that y'all sending it so I can check it, because child, it's just gonna stay in the mailbox. I ain't got time to see all that crap, man.
Oh, we are. I can't believe it. 9:30 to 10:30 went by fast. My brother is actually in the chat right now. My little brother.
Yeah, they were wondering when you were going to discover it.
I didn't know. I know he said he was gonna watch, and I was gonna give him a shout out at the end of the show. But Joey, his name is Jonas. Joey, hey baby, how are you? Yesterday was his birthday. If you
happy birthday,
please go follow him. Jonas, drop your two Instagram so they can follow your YouTube or whatever. He's actually a really big celebrity on the social media. His page James and Jonas, or I am Joe Nasty. On social media, on Instagram. Yesterday was his birthday. Please go drop him some love. Tell him I sent you. Jonas.
Oh, not that you cut off. Like cold ass cut off.
I'm back like chiropractic. Listen, yes, happy birthday, Jonas. Jonas. Flood his timeline. Jonas, again, drop where they can find you and follow you. I love you so much, little brother. Yesterday was his birthday. That's my baby boy. Well, he's a big guy. He looks like a football player, but that's my baby boy. He has a beard. He grew up. He grew up. You grew up. I love you so much, Joey. Thank you so much for watching. And he is, he's supporting me, and I really, 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 I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that. Thank you. I love you too much. I love you too much. So shouts out to what is that sign? Libras. Is that this month's sign?
I just know a couple of them. I mean, I know the majority
Scorpio,
of them.
Libra scale. We're not there at the scale yet, but Jonas is a Libra. Yeah, and Libras seem to that. My little brother is like, he be up under me. That like since we, like that's he be. I tell him what to do and he'll do it. He literally followed me over to Florida A&M University because he wanted to be like, my sister went off. I'm gonna go off. This is the little brother I be telling y'all the story about, my college stories about when I had to, when he first came and I had to go get a credit card and pay for his school and that thing. That's my little brother right there. Yes. That kid I would do anything for. So anywho, we're at the end of the show. I can't believe it. I mean, that was a quick hour.
That's why we said 9:00.
No, today it had to be 9:30. It had to be 9:30.
Okay. So what time are we tomorrow?
We doing 9:00 on tomorrow.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, we doing 9:00 on tomorrow. However, after the party is the after party. So if you are a Patreon, we got you for about 15 minutes, baby. We got to go to work. work. So after party. For everybody who has joined on today, I thank you so much. We had a great audience. You guys came in and showed out in the comment section. I love y'all so much. Make sure that you are liking, sharing, and subscribing. I said make sure you are liking, sharing, and subscribing. You don't see that Bubba done pull. First of all, if you weren't here for the first half of the show, you didn't see Bubba with his suit vest. You didn't see Bubba with his suit vest. And I know he got hot. But baby, Bubba got the burgundy, okay? That burgundy red, that mauve, okay? That burgundy. Mauve, that mahogany. That
more mahogany. Like maroon.
That maroon, okay? You got that on. And oh, that's crazy. Can we get one while I filibuster, please? But yes, you're looking good. I just wanted to make sure I showed off Bubba's outfit on today, and he paired it with a black button down for our listening audience. He paired it with a black button down, long sleeve, and he rolled the sleeves up after he took off the checkered vest, the suit vest, the suit.
It
He
was
rolled
probably already rolled up when I put the coat on when the blazer was on. It's a full suit, but you know, I only got sweatpants on with this. I ain't gonna lie to y'all.
When I was working in television news and we were doing from the neck up, if we were doing stand-ups, what we call stand-ups from the neck up, baby, you didn't know what shoe I had on. It might be a slide, it might be pants that only fit by the ankle. And I ain't talking about knickerbockers. Okay. They was just pants that I washed and they didn't hit the washer right. You didn't know what you had on, but if you were looking good from head to chest, that was what was in. So I came in and me and Bubba said that we would coordinate in some type of way for the first day of school, child, because this is our first day of school. And I love it. I love the look, but don't expect that every day of every week.
No, yeah, it'll be because tomorrow is gonna be a polo.
Yeah, I'll still
Not
be
a polo
beautiful and I'll
brand, but
still
a
be cute.
polo.
I might give y'all something for the first week of school, but next week you already know what it is. Graphic tees all day, baby.
Right.
You already know what it is. But in the meantime, y'all, for those, let me see if we can get the link. Let me know in about a minute. So if we can't get the link, we got to make up a show for our Patreons because that would be an issue that we're having in the background with tech. So
yeah, and then I should have thought about it yesterday. I forgot like how that works, and so I'm not even sure if. Oh, okay, yeah,
Okay.
that's what I figured too.
So what?
And then if anything, we'll talk about that later on for tomorrow, so we can set that up.
Yeah. So what we'll do is, we're at the end of our show. Tomorrow we will make up the Patreon party for you guys. The Patreon party being the after party. If you don't know what a Patreon is, that is for our subscribed members on Patreon. If you want to become one, you can definitely do that on patreon.com/like it or not. Patreon.com/like it or not, where you can become a Patreon. That could be for $1, $2. It don't even matter. 50 cents. We'll take it because you support it and support us. And for those of you guys who want to give, especially on today's show, because I feel like today's show was it was a good one. And we didn't even get to the full extent of all the stories because baby, we was gonna get to Kanye, but we'll start off tomorrow with Kanye, have a little bit of conversation with Kanye about Kanye Yeezy. So if you do want to give to us directly, you can definitely give to us via Cash App at Becca's Voice, BECCAS VOICE, and at DJX3C. Again, that's Becca's Voice and DJX3C. Thank you guys so much. In the meantime, listen, it's a Tuesday. It's Taco Tuesday, baby.
You know, I say we go till 10:45. You know, since we can't give them like a set after party, we can get them a full link. Let's just go ahead and get them 50. Look at it till 45 today. Give y'all a little 10 more minutes.
It's our first show back.
It's the first show back. You know,
and this is supposed to be, Bubba. This is Bubba's area, and we don't want to miss out on Bubba's spot. So, baby, you know what, Bubba? We got you. We got you, baby. What's up? Let's start it off. Bubba said we could stay about 15 more minutes.
I ain't gonna say I was gonna start it out today because I ain't got that in the tank yet. But I know Josh got something. Oh, you know what?
Kanye's in the tank. You want to talk about Kanye?
We can get to Kanye, but let's show that clip that I was telling Rebecca about with the drive-through and the weed commercial. This is the propaganda that they put out there.
Public edition. We're just gonna talk our talk. Let's go. We got 10 extra minutes with y'all. Let's go. Play that clip for us.
Give me 15 cheeseburgers.
Can I take your order?
Can I take your number?
Can I take your order?
You got any egg?
Can I take your order?
Man, I don't have any money. I don't have any money. All right, well, go.
Man, watch out. You guys, that is so extreme for somebody. He wasn't smoking weed. And that is so extreme for somebody.
Look.
That had to be like he was sniffing the good. That's cocaine crack. That's something that made you delusional. And I will say that weed does, if you smoke it too much or whatever, yes, it is a stimulant, whatever. But this is what we're talking about. This is somebody being drunk. This is somebody that's lacing their drugs. This is like, if we want to criminalize marijuana so bad, why is the height of what marijuana does or leads to, it's just the possession and selling of it? people are in jail for. They made this so extreme,
man.
and that little girl got hit.
Got smashed by the car. Now, the rest of like at the beginning of when they talking about, "Hey, can I take your order? Can I get your number?" Okay, that sounds like some stuff that definitely would do on weed in the car. But sitting there saying, "Man, I ain't got any money," I'm like, they're gonna just pull off and not pay attention to just hit the little baby girl. First of all, why is she even on a bike with training wheels riding past the goddamn restaurant that looks like it's in the middle of the goddamn hood?
Well, this is a back in the day. This is a very, she's on the sidewalk. We're going to put that there. This is back in the day. Back in the day, I used to literally ride my bike across Stop and Go on a busy street. On a busy street. Okay. Stop and Go was a corner store, and I used to ride my bike out there and literally just be free on a busy street. Okay. So it's like back in the day, and she got a helmet on. She doing what she need to do as a baby girl. She doing what she need to do with her helmet and her tricycle. However, I think the extremity of this damn commercial. This is why they criminalize, and you can hear the voice of the person. They wanted to make it somebody who was an urban person. You know, and urban meaning when you search urban up in Pinterest, it gives you black.
Okay. And then there's another version, of course, that Dave Chappelle did from the Dave Chappelle show. Where they show the accident, they run over the little girl.
You see, this is leave it to Dave Chappelle. Now, we said before we get out of here, we'll hit on Kanye.
Man.
Now, there was way too much when it came to Kanye.
Kanye is doing too much. Because then yesterday he posted a 30-minute, I guess, behind the scenes called Last Week or War or something like that. And it just looks like him. Okay, Josh said we should save it for tomorrow because it's a lot of clips. Yeah, because this man tripping, bruh. And I don't want to rush through it because that man tripping.
He is tripping.
But this 30-minute behind the scenes thing is showing him talking to, like, I guess Gap, Adidas. It's showing him talking to a lot of people. Girl, we do not care. Kanye, we do not care. I used to go up for Kanye. Y'all know I used to go up for Kanye.
He was when the documentary came out.
Okay.
Baby.
And now I'm like, it's F Kanye all day long. When he put that goddamn shirt on, F you, Kanye. F you.
It's crazy because we gave him opportunity, and we'll have this conversation on tomorrow, but we gave him opportunity from the TMZ interview where he stood there in his black self, full black self, because you can't take that off. No matter how much you bleach it, baby, knuckles will still show who you truly are. Your lip line will still show who you truly are. Your elbows will still show who you truly are, no matter how much you bleach yourself. But I'll say this to say, he stood there and said that slavery was a choice.
Yeah.
And we tried to come to his defense, saying it was a mental breakdown and a call for help. And then he put us in a text message with his wife, the group text, where it included him telling us that his black children were basically being kept from him. And we know how black fathers are usually ostracized as fathers who are not there in their children's life. Herschel Walker. But this it's been it for me since slavery was a choice. Even in watching the damn the special on Netflix, I love to see his genius because I won't doubt that it's genius, but I would never use that as an excuse for it to be all of us to keep getting beat down by somebody that we consider a genius and who doesn't recognize what's happening to us because he sits on a rich behind throne and can switch over side to side whenever he decides to feel like it. But
you know what?
On tomorrow,
Kanye has a Rick complex. And if y'all don't know Rick, I'm talking about Rick and Morty, where on Rick and Morty, Rick has like this God complex. So he's the smartest man in the universe. So he can do just about literally anything. And I think that's how Kanye feels, that he's a genius and that I understand that he's confident in what he does. But it's one thing being confident and there's another thing being cocky. And at this point, and there's another point of being just a dumbass. And at this point, he's really just being a dumbass.
And that's pretty much where we're at. So tomorrow, you guys, please make sure you tune in. We'll have so much more for you. Thank you guys for tuning in with us. It is Tuesday, Taco Tuesday. Go have you a taco. Again, we love you. Mean it. We'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in.
Yes, the dinosaurs did come back. Talk about Rick and Morty, Rebecca. You wouldn't know about that. Anyway, y'all, thank y'all so much again for tuning in today. We hope that y'all enjoyed the show. We know that we did. So make sure that you tune in tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. You don't want to miss it, y'all. It's going to be a good ass show. Also, let me leave y'all with a good dad joke for today. Let me see. In the meantime, I'm looking for my dad jokes. Don't forget Becca's Voice at Cash App. Becca's Voice, $ Becca's Voice, and also $ DJ X3C. DJ X3C. If money doesn't grow on trees, then why do banks have branches? See y'all tomorrow. Deuces.
So that's impressive how much you're messing with my feelings in my heart. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's impressive how much you're messing with my feelings in my heart. Oh, yeah. I'm going back to the table round. Oh, they saving us up for the stable friend of mine. Cause they know all this time that I was out my mind, thinking you were the one that it was loving.